Why RipRight? Obviously, you can see on my shirt, Training Day Network. I'm just kind of weirded out by this dude. I don't owe you nothing. There's nothing no one could ever tell me about him. You travel with him, you do business with him, you live with him. I wouldn't not only put my time into something, but I'm put my money towards it. I'm not trying to waste no time. None of those followers or subscribers, none of that moved me. I met you that day, we worked out, etc. And that was the end of that for me. You know how this dude found me? Because I always walk around promoting my brand. I'd rather not feel like I owe people anything. Anything that you see me involved in or around, I gotta be contributing. My money, my time, no way I'm not gonna put my money into it. It almost didn't happen. I'm not about to chuck or stop what I'm doing to go push and promote what he's doing. I'm in business with him, live here together. This is my real brother. This is not no days off. You know what I mean? This is convenient. We record together, make fitness videos together, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Training Day Network back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about why RipRight. The name of the video, the title of the video is Why RipRight. Now me, obviously you can see on my shirt, Training Day Network, right? Training Day Network is a brand that I created before RipRight or before becoming a member. Me, Mel, joining RipRight. Now, why RipRight? So for me, joining RipRight was I guess you could say about the opportunity, but more so the connection with the person. The person, his name is not RipRight. I know a lot of people refer to him as RipRight, but his name is not RipRight. His name is Islam. My brother Islam, he basically asked me one day after, well, I met him one day, and basically within a few hours later, he actually asked me to join the team. Now, basically, I told him no. You know what I mean? That was my answer. Well, it wasn't straight up and down no. It was like a I don't know kind of thing, because it was like very weird as to, you know, why this dude would ask me to join his team or to be associated with him or whatever it is, like after a few hours basically of meeting him. So, you know, I definitely was like, yeah, I don't know about all that. You know what I mean? That was literally my words. I don't know about all of that. Now, after some time though, I guess you could say technically, I don't really remember being like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna join RipRight and I want to be a member of Team RipRight. I don't really remember saying that. But it kind of just happened. But I had like a list of things that I wanted to, you know, that I wasn't gonna tolerate, things I wasn't gonna go for, things I expected. I wanted to know what he expected from me, etc. And those things became addressed probably, you know, maybe after a second or third time meeting up. And, you know, then kind of I was like, all right, let's see how this thing goes. You know, our relationship became a lot stronger. Our bond became, you know, a lot stronger simply because I realized that he was like me, right? We were very much alike in the things that we wanted to do, the things that we wanted to achieve, and that's why, you know, I'm RipRight, simply put. Now, as far as that, like I said, some of the backstory is simply that, you know, there was a lot of things that he was trying to do to help me, and I was like, what, like, I'm just kind of weirded out by this dude, like, as far as like, oh, bro, you don't owe me nothing. I don't owe you nothing. Why are you helping me, or why are you even attempting to offer to help me, or why are you doing these particular things and I don't know you? You know what I mean? Like, just, at least to me, it was like weirdo timing. But that, what I realized is that's the kind of individual, you know, my bro is, you know what I mean? And that's why he's my brother. You know, beyond the calisthenics and the whole fitness and the working out or whatever it is, I look at this dude as my real life brother. So there's nothing no one could ever tell me about him. You could say my opinion about him is biased, etc. There's nothing no one ever could tell me about this dude, you know, that would make me, you know, switch up or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, I spent, you know what I mean, like enough time with him to kind of realize and know what kind of individual this person is, right? And you know, they say, I'm not, don't quote me, but I think the saying is you don't necessarily really know somebody until you travel with them, you do business with them, You live with them. I think that might be it. I don't know, but something like that, something along those lines. Now, I've definitely traveled with him on countless occasions. We've done business. We've exchanged money, etc. We've made investments and things like that together. You can see in the background, we at the RipRight HQ. I see the bars. Um, I wouldn't have invested or put my money, and I look at my money as a tool. So my money comes from the time and the work that I've already put in. So I wouldn't not only put my time into something, but I'm putting extra time into it to something if I put my money towards it, right? So my wasted time is like, all right, man, I'm not trying to waste no time, but wasted some time and now then wasted my money. Nah, that wouldn't go for me. That wouldn't fly for me. So I feel like you know, it's like it's a multiplier, right? At least for me personally, when I put my money into something, it's a multiplier, because not only did I put my time into it, but then I put my money, which my money came from time that I put in, right? So I wouldn't have done that if I didn't necessarily believe in the movement, or the goals that we're trying to reach. A lot of our goals are aligned, and that's kind of why we click. Just from jump, I was like, damn, man, this dude is really we really like-minded, right? On a lot of different things, on a business tip. And I remember when first talking to him, and this was just regular. I had no expectations, none of that. We just worked out. And I remember we was walking, we was talking about just business stuff. This how we just happened to fall into a conversation about business. And I remember him kind of like smiling and while he's listening. And then I was like, way later on, I was like, I guess this dude kind of had a plan. Like, damn, this dude is kind of on the same path, meaning me. Like, he's thinking about me being like, damn, this dude is on the same path, or at least he's trying to do some of the things that I'm doing. When I met him, I was very much in the beginning stages, but like as far as business is concerned, I was very much in the beginning stages, but I was turning Training Day Network into my brand, my business, and things like that. So I basically met him, and he helped me because he was already further ahead at doing those particular things that I wanted to do. And it's funny because probably a month before that or so, 2 months before that, I was talking to one of my good friends, man. Somebody that I even kind of really kind of look up to, but shout out Gusto. And I'm talking to him, and I'm like, man, this dude, man, I really he's not my favorite athlete. He's not my favorite calisthenics person, and I tell I tell my bro Islam this to his face. It's nothing. I ain't gonna be biased about that. Like, but I was saying, I really admire this dude's business sense, right? I'm like, because there's things and ideas that I've thought about myself, and it's like I end up seeing him do these things a little later. Like, I may have thought about something this week, and then a couple of weeks later, and I don't even know this dude at the time. This is just somebody I just seen on the internet, and I'm like, damn, this is crazy how this dude is actually doing this thing, right? This is something that I want to do, something that I'm thinking about doing, and he's actually executing on it. So he was just constantly expanding, constantly doing the next thing, right? And I'm like, damn, you know what? I need to do certain things. I need to push my content. I need to do this. I need to do that. And as my business elevates, I'll do those same things, if that makes any sense, right? So shortly after, like I said, maybe a month or two later, I ended up meeting him, right? Just working out or whatever. And then he ended up asking me to, be a part of the team. Like I said, a lot of people join different things or want to be around or be associated for different reasons. Like for me, like I said, I didn't really care. Like, none of those followers or subscribers, none of that moved me. Like, none of that was like, I could have been like, oh yeah, let me go meet up with him, or let me go do this, let me go do that. Nah, for me it was like, yo, we just did a workout, that's cool. I wasn't even gonna answer my phone when he reached out to me later on. Cause I'm like, yo, I just met this dude. Why this dude reaching out to me? He's called me on Instagram. Till it's well, maybe not till this day, I know how now, but for a long time, I didn't even really know. I'm like, how did this dude even find my Instagram? We didn't exchange Instagrams, or I was like, yo, follow me, or subscribe to me, or whatever. I didn't do none of that. Yo, take my phone number, let me get your phone number. I didn't do none of that. It was just, I met you that day, we worked out, etc. And that was the end of that for me. But I realized that I was like, you know how this dude found me? Because I always walk around promoting my brand. So I had on a shirt. You know what I mean? We talked about different business things, wristbands, etc. You know what I mean? Different merch, etc. And so I was thinking, like, when I showed up with him, or the videos or whatever it is, content we recorded together, I had on my merch. You know what I mean? Makes sense. This is how he actually found me. You know what I mean? I already had shirts and different things that I was doing. I was already, promoting a brand and things like that. I was building up. I was selling merch. Maybe not to the degree that I'm doing now, but like I said, he helped me with a lot of those different things, as far as like, yo, bro, you should do this. Yo, you should do that, or whatever, right? Giving me tips, because he's already experienced these different things. But for me, it was like, some of the reasons why I didn't take initiative to do some of these things yet, at least I was going to, but I didn't do them yet, is because I was focused solely on just the content, right, in the beginning. And it's not to say that I wasn't already making it a business, but I'm like, yo, I need to get the followers, my followers and my platform a lot bigger, before I solely, start working on these other things, like as far as monetizing it. And he was like, nah, bro, you could do that simultaneously. You know what I mean? You should just do these things now. Start monetizing with the amount of followers and amount of subscribers that you do have now. And I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. So I'm going to start doing that, now. For me, calisthenics is something, fitness is something that I love doing. And I chose to monetize it because I was already doing it. We promote this calisthenic entrepreneur thing, or whatever it is, and being a calisthenic entrepreneur is I feel like it's dope, because if it's something that you're already doing, then why not try to monetize it? And that goes for anything in life, that you like doing, man. If you in the house and you cooking all day and you just love cooking, why not try to monetize that, man? You cooking all day in your free time, why not, you know what I mean, try to monetize that or something like that, right? So it doesn't matter what it is. Something that you like doing. If you love doing hair, if you love cutting hair, whatever it is, try to monetize that. You know what I mean? And you maybe to make some money. It could be a side hustle. It could be your extra, your extra income, or something like that. But find something you love and try to monetize it. But I always tell people, at least when people ask me, like I said, we promote the calisthenic entrepreneur, but I feel like I'm an entrepreneur who does calisthenics, because for me, I was already thinking about the whole Training Day Network as far as the brand and things like that from the beginning. That's why it's not named, Mel's Fitness or Fit Life Mel or Mel's Fit Life or anything of the sort, right? It's not about me necessarily. I wanted to build a page. I wanted to build a platform. I wanted to be build the platform for other individuals. I wanted to promote fitness. I wanted to, start a brand, different things like that. It wasn't just about me and me working out. I wanted this to be able to live on without me, and also go on without me having to be the driving force as far as me being on camera. I want to also be behind the camera, recording and different things like that, or filming other things, having other people, on the platform. So that's why the name of it is Training Day Network. And, stay tuned for the other things that I end up breaking down as far as the business aspect. But this video is why RipRight. So let me, stick with that for now. So going back to that. So basically, the relationship and the bond, kind of expanded or whatever it is, and I realized this individual is a lot like me. He was thinking like me, even though he's older than me. And I guess he kind of thought the same thing, like, damn, he's doing these particular things. He's thinking like me. He's taking initiative. I I was willing to put my time up, put my money into things that I believe in, my business, my brand. You know, and that's why I think we kind of clicked, we kind of meshed, and things happened. It wasn't because he said, "Oh man, you know this dude is the best athlete, so I want him to be on my team," or you know what I mean, or like it was not a use me or I use him kind of thing. You know what I mean, for me or for him, it was kind of like-minded individuals, and for me, it wasn't like I respected the fact that he was an individual who was willing to help. Um, Even though for me that was very funny because it's kind of like, bro, I just met you. What do you mean you're trying to like help or you're trying to offer me? You know what I mean? Things. For me, I'm an individual where like sometimes I have a little funny feeling towards getting help from people, especially people that I don't know, right? I rather do it myself. I rather not feel like I owe people anything. I don't want to necessarily sit around and feel like I'm not contributing to something. So anything that you see me involved in or around or whatever it is, I gotta be contributing. You know what I mean? It's no way, shape, or form. Like I gotta be contributing. I gotta be contributing my money, my time, and all of it. And if it's something I believe in, there's no way I'm not gonna put my money into it. You know what I mean? So some people is like they kind of funny with money, and that's not me. You know what I mean? So with the RipRight HQ, as far as, you know, us as a team making this happen, you know, like I said, he was a lot further ahead in the things that, you know, I wanted to do already, and still is. But it's no hate, it's no envy. You know, or we are equals, and that's kind of really what I respect about him. Like I said, man, we built a calisthenics playground, you know what I mean, in Florida. You know what I mean? It's expensive, you know what I mean? A lot of people, man, you know, there's a lot of teams and a lot of groups of individuals who've been doing this for a long time, maybe 20 years, you know what I mean? Things like that, but they haven't done anything to this magnitude. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, it takes somebody to break that mold, somebody to kick the door down, you know, and I feel like that's kind of what we're doing. My goal is to inspire. I inspire to inspire, right? Or I should say, usually what I say is I aspire to inspire. But, you know, that my goal is kind of to motivate people around me, and I feel like that's kind of what RipRight does. He has a different story than me. You know what I mean? He spent time, you know what I mean, locked up, you know what I mean, incarcerated. And I feel like he motivates a lot of different people, you know, just having that kind of background, you know what I mean? Yo, I was in the street, yo, I did this, etc. He motivates people who've done that. He motivates other athletes, other young black men. I try to do the same, and I feel like I am doing it. Young people, a lot of young people don't necessarily think like me, and that's not necessarily to toot my own horn or anything like that, but, you know, I try to be different. So I'm okay with being different from I'm okay with being different from a lot of other individuals. I don't have to fit in. I don't have to be the same. I don't have to tie my sneakers like you. I don't have to walk like you. I don't have to talk like you. Just because something is cool, I'm not going to do it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. Right? And that's kind of what sets me apart from a lot of other people. So RipRight to me was about me joining, even was about the individual to be with someone else who's like-minded. Like I said, man, we that's kind of how I, you know, joined RipRight, and that's why I chose to be a part of RipRight. If I didn't necessarily feel like I connected with him, then it wouldn't have happened at all. And it almost didn't happen because, you know, I had funny feelings, at least in the beginning, about, you know, even wanting to, again, associate even my brand or whatever it is or what I got going on with what he got going on. So for me, it was like, why am I doing this? So why would I do this, man? He got his own thing going on, man. Salute to him. I got my own thing going on. He may be way further ahead than I am. Maybe I'm just kind of in the beginning stages, but I don't necessarily know if I want to. I'm not about to chuck or stop what I'm doing to go push and promote what he's doing. But that's how it was, at least, you know, at least I was thinking that way kind of in the beginning. But, you know, like I said, after, you know, really connecting with this individual, traveling with him, living with him, doing business with him, you know what I mean? We live here together at the RipRight HQ, you know, spending day in and day out. You know what I mean? This is my real brother. This is not no days off. You know what I mean? This is not like, all right, it's convenient. We record together. We do content and make fitness videos together. Nah, this is a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what I mean? Even off camera, we clowning, we joking, we chopping it up. We going grocery shopping together. We doing laundry. This is this is a brotherly love, man. This is a real bond, real connection. And like I said, that's kind of why RipRight is for me. That's why, you know what I mean? That's why it happened the way it happened. Only God knows, you know what I mean? Things happen the way it was supposed to happen, and it happened at the right time. So shout out to my bro, you know, Islam, for being able to have that vision, that foresight to be able to say, yo, man, this young dude right here, you know what I mean? He might have something going on. You know what I mean? Don't tell him I told you that. But I know that's what he was thinking. He told me that. You know what I mean? He said, yo, man, you know, this dude he got his head on right. You know what I mean? No freaky. So he kind of, he kind of seen that. And seeing that, you know, I guess that I would be, you know, maybe a good fit possibly on the team or whatever it is, man. It's a lot of other stuff, like I said, man. If you're interested in this, let me know, and I'll drop a part 2, and I'll go into details about how everything happened. And I even give y'all a couple of stories and reference some of the trips and things like that, or particular moments, you know, in the beginning that kind of made me join RipRight. Man, it's kind of turned into a longer video than I actually thought it was gonna be. But like I said, man, if you actually enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, and make sure you stay tuned for another video. Every day is training day. Let's get it. Shout out to RipRight. Shout out to the team, and shout out to my bro Islam. Let's get it.